Welcome to our executive interview series at AITalks, presented by AI Scoop. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here with Lisa DeMille, Senior Vice President, Global Solution Engineering for Salesforce. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
One of the questions I'd like to explore with you is, where are you seeing AI move from pilot projects into real operational use inside government agencies? And what's making that shift more possible now?
Yeah, that's such a great question. It's something that I talk to our government customers every single day about. AI taking it from pilot into production, and not just U.S. customers, but I meet with global government leaders from around the world. And a lot of them are really having a hard time getting from the pilot to production phase. And Salesforce recently did a third-party study that found that 95% of AI pilots fail. That's a staggering amount. And I'll tell you, all these government leaders, they don't want to be a part of that 95% failure. But what we're seeing is that, they're implementing these LLMs and then just letting the LLMs kind of take over and take charge. That's not a great plan, because you could have the best LLM in the world, but it's not going to know the difference between your driver's license, your social security card, or your passport, for example. What we see that agencies are really using right now is our four-system process, I like to call it. So at Salesforce, we have a process for everything and a plan, which I love. But where we've seen agencies be successful is that on top of any LLM you want to bring to the party, we have our trust layer. And what sits on top of that are four systems. Number one, a system of context. So you have to have context about your data. Remember, I was just saying that your LLM's not going to know the difference between those three cards. So I need to understand your system of your system of context. On top of that, your system of application. So this is any application that your agency works with. It could be, Salesforce, could be third party. And then the third piece of that is your system of agency. I like to call it orchestration. So this is where the apps work in conjunction with each other, but at certain times throughout a process. And then my fourth favorite is a system of engagement. This is where like Agentforce or Slack comes in, and they're able to engage with government and with government employees and and citizens, and be able to provide them real-time information and process applications and permits and grants faster than ever before, because they're sitting on top of all of this contextual data, all of these applications, all the business rules, all the processes, and they're able to do that much faster. So we see that actually really transforming the way government works.
I appreciate your outlining that. Next, how is AI changing day-to-day work for government agencies and federal employees? And what tasks or decisions are being reshaped first from your perspective?
Wyatt, you do not have enough time for me to talk about this, but we are seeing a tremendous increase in the usage of Slack, which is our collaboration and our AI front end at Salesforce. A tremendous usage across the government. Let me tell you how we use it internally. So, 6 months ago, I start my day. I've got my computer, and I'm kind of in my applications. I work throughout the day. I don't do that anymore. I have Slack bot that sits up all the time, and it's my chief of staff all day long. It gives me information I need at the time in which I need it. It gives me, it actually wrote my business plan. I probably shouldn't say that right now, but it wrote my business plan for me. But more importantly, let me give you a real world example. 2 weeks ago at our DC World Tour, I had 12 meetings with 12 government CIOs. Those are intense meetings. A lot of information goes into each one. Those meetings for 12 people would have taken me at least 2 weeks to prep for, because I want to know, what do they own? When do they become a customer? What's working? What's not? What are they using? And that's a lot of time for someone at my level or anybody to spend putting together a briefing. So you know what I did? I went to Slackbot. I spent 2 minutes writing a prompt, and I had 12 executive level briefings for my meetings just like that. It was absolutely incredible. At Salesforce, we've seen, we've seen a 20 hours every week decrease in the amount of work using Slack, upwards of $7 million in cost savings. And Mark Benioff likes to say, he's been in the press a lot about this because we're really proud, but this is the fastest adoption of any tool we've ever used at Salesforce. It is absolutely incredible. I do not know how I've been effective or as effective as I have been in the past with Slack today.
I appreciate that illustration. Well, Lisa DeMille, thank you for stopping by here at AI Talks and sharing what you're seeing in the government and the adoption of AI.
Thank you, Wyatt.